A large number of individuals have already joined News First in its citizen journalism initiative and have already registered as U reporters. News First will continue to provide a platform for their stories. Now tonight we are joined by Nadun Nimanka from Bibile.
මේ ඔබ දකින්නේ රිදී මාලියද්ද වදකාර ප්‍රදේශවාසීන් හැපලෝය ඉතා අවදානම් ලෙස තරණය කරන ආකාරයයි.
This is the manner in which residents of Ridhi Maliadda, Vadakarava travel. About 400 families in the area of Vadakarava, Yagahalpotta and Kandurena travel on this makeshift bridge over the Hapaloya river for their daily needs. If these residents do not use this bridge, they will have to walk a 10-kilometer stretch. Individuals utilize this bridge to travel to schools, hospitals and sometimes even to transport their harvest. Residents of the area urge the authorities to build a proper bridge as soon as possible.
First, you reporter when Mama Nadun Nimantaka Bibile sitter.
Well, today marks Navam Full Moon Poya Day. Now, many significant events in Buddhist history are said to have taken place on the Navam Full Moon Poya Day.
It is on such a full moon Poya day that Lord Buddha appointed Arahat Sariputra and Moggallana as his chief disciples. The first ever Buddhist congregation was also held on a day such as today. Incidentally, it is on a Navam full moon Poya day that Lord Buddha preached the Ovada Pratimoksha, which provides guidelines for an ordained bhikkhu. Another significant event which occurred on Navam full moon Poya day is the announcement made by Lord Buddha that he would attain Parinibbana on Vesak full moon Poya day. Many religious observances took place around the country today in lieu of Navam Full Moon Poya Day. 5 children were ordained as Navis monks at the Sri Silumina Viharya in Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte. The event took place under the auspices of the Most Venerable Daudananyani Thero, the Mahanayaka of the Sri Lanka Amarapura Mahanikaya.
The annual Navam Perahara of the Hunupitiya Gangarama Viharya took to the streets this evening as well. This is the 35th time that the Navam Perahara is taking to the streets. Now the casket was placed upon the lead elephant by opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe. First Lady Shiranti Rajapaksa was also present at the occasion.
A News First crew visiting Mahiyangana came across an ancient viharya which has slipped from the attention of the authorities and has come to the attention of treasure hunters. This footage bears testament to the fact that this sacred ground, which even today is a place of serenity and worship for devotees, must be conserved for the next generation.
This footage, which instills a sense of calm in the mind, was captured by a camera at the Sinasunagala Rajamahaviharya in Alukatiyava, Ridhi Maliadda. The viharya, which is believed to have been constructed during the reign of King Devanampiyatissa, is still a place of shelter for monks and a place of worship for devotees. The chief incumbent of the viharya says that inscriptions from the time of King Dutugamunu also mention this viharya. The chief incumbent says that according to this inscription, about 128 monks sought shelter at this viharya at the time. Evidence of the same still stands here today. According to the chief incumbent, a system of caves which could accommodate about 1,000 monks comfortably is present within the viharya. 6 ponds constructed in that time have also been discovered. Works of art which were created within the caves are said to be in the style of the Kandyan era. There have been precious gems and relics at the viharya, but these have all been stolen by the treasure thieves. It is the responsibility of the authorities to protect the historic Senatanagarwaja Mahaviharya for the benefit of future generations.
The son of a Deputy Inspector General of Police who was injured in an attack reportedly carried out by a group including the son of a minister has been transferred from the Batticaloa Hospital to a private hospital in Colombo. Police media spokesperson SSP Prashant Jayakudi said that the 13 suspects, including the minister's son, were arrested and subsequently released on police bail. The police media spokesperson said that the alleged assault took place last morning on the Pasikuda beach in Batticaloa. He added that complaints had been lodged by both parties regarding the clash.
2 people were killed when a tipper toppled at the Kindalpitiya junction on the Bandaragama Piliyandala road at dawn today. 6 persons who were injured in the accident are receiving treatment at the Colombo South Teaching Hospital.
The group had met with this accident while returning home from the fields with a harvest of paddy. The police say that the tipper toppled as it was being driven at an uncontrollable speed. There had been 9 persons in the vehicle at the time. The police say that a shelf in the back of the tipper had collapsed on the 6 persons who were travelling in the back of the vehicle. While 2 people were killed on the spot, the injured were admitted to the Piliyandala Divisional Hospital prior to being transferred to the Colombo South Teaching Hospital. The injured charged that there was no ambulance to take them from the Piliyandala Hospital to the Colombo South Teaching Hospital.
Piliyandala Hospital.
We came to the Piliyandala Hospital and since there was no ambulance, we came here in a car. When News First made inquiries, a senior officer on duty at the hospital said the hospital only has 1 ambulance. Of the 6 injured admitted to the Colombo South Teaching Hospital, 4 are continuing to receive treatment at the accident ward, while 2 have been transferred to regular wards. Meanwhile, a woman who was critically injured in an accident that occurred on Marine Drive in Bambalapitiya this afternoon has passed away. The police say that the accident occurred when the driver of the car lost control of the vehicle and it veered off the road, ploughing into the wall of a house. The deceased has been identified as a 26-year-old woman from Game Thanna in Bandarelia, Haputale. The driver of the vehicle, who was also critically injured, is receiving treatment at the intensive care unit of the National Hospital in Colombo.
Up next is a look at Action TV.
The Sri Lanka Hunger Eradication Campaign, established under the Sri Lanka Hunger Prevention Act, passed by the National Legislative Council in 1973, has functioned since 2004 as the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board, an institution which comes under the purview of the Ministry of Agriculture. The Sri Lanka Hunger Eradication Campaign, which functioned continuously for 28 years from its inception in 1973, was shut down in 2001, not because hunger had been eradicated from the country, but because the administration of the institution had become corrupt and inefficient. The re-establishment of the Sri Lanka Hunger Eradication Campaign as the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board in 2004, in accordance with the original act, was proof that there was a need for attention to be focused on nourishment in the country. Even today, the power to appoint the chairman and board of directors of this institution has been vested in the subject minister in accordance with the original Act, number 15 of 1973. Thereby, regardless of hunger eradication and food promotion in the rest of the nation, the subject minister has the power to appoint persons of his choosing to the position of chairman and board of directors and eradicate their hunger. Nevertheless, of the officials appointed by the subject minister, it is only the chairman who has a stipulated salary. Paying a wage or allowance to the other members of the board, besides the allowance for attending meetings of the board of directors, is a violation of the Sri Lanka Hunger Eradication Act. However, this letter, addressed by a past chairman of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board to the subject minister at the time, Maithripala Sirisena, proves that the chairman had been threatened by another minister to provide fuel allowances and pay the phone bills of the individual who had been appointed as deputy chairman of the board, in spite of the fact that the deputy chairman is not entitled to such benefits. While the subject minister has changed since then, the individual who held the position of chairperson of the Food Promotion Board has also been changed. The new minister has also appointed a new deputy chairman. The new deputy chairperson has made a request of the minister through the chairperson of the board that he be paid a wage in violation of the Act. The minister, incidentally, has not hesitated to approve this request.
Local political activists say that a program to destroy the opposition as a whole is being implemented in secret. They say that the intention of those leading this program is to dissolve the entire opposition as they contributed to the decline of the UNP voter base, which stood at 4.7 million.
අනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මැතිතුමා ත්‍රිවිල් පක්ෂ ටිකක් එකතු පහදු කරගෙන පොදු විපක්ෂය කියලා දෙයක් අටවගෙන
Ranil Wickremesinghe has cobbled together a few three-wheeler parties, is calling this alliance the common opposition, and has commenced the program to destroy the entire opposition as he did the UNP. We must tell the people that like he destroyed the UNP by getting together henchmen like Tissa Attanayaka, Joseph Michael Pereira, Sagala Ratnayaka and Vajira Abewardena, who either came into parliament on a chit or were rejected in elections, he is now trying to destroy the entire opposition through this cobbled together common opposition. Look at the people like John Amaratunga who have been given the task of opposition. It is the people who made deals with the government, kept one foot on the government side and received benefits and privileges, who went on tours to America with government representatives who have been given the role of the opposition and of chief opposition whip.
වරදාන වරප්‍රසාද එක්ක ආණ්ඩුවේ මුදලින් ආණ්ඩුවේ නියෝජිතයොත් එක්ක ඇමරිකාවේ සවාරි ගහලා ආපු මේ වගේ උදවියට තමයි අද විපක්ෂයේ ප්‍රධාන සංවිධායක ධූරය බාර දීලා ඒ විපක්ෂයේ කාර්යභාරය බාර කරලා තියෙන්නේ.
එතුමා පහුගිය දවස්වල ආව ගාලු දිස්ත්‍රික්කයට ටිකට් විකුණන්නේ කියලා සමාජික ටිකට්.
Recently he came to the Galle district to sell membership tickets. When they went from house to house, what did the people in the houses say? They asked us to go to Ranil Wickremesinghe and ask him to resign from the leadership, and then we do not need to sell tickets as they would come and vote for the UNP as before. This is the situation. We would like to remind you at this instance that when this short-sighted government is engaged in activities like this, it is Ranil Wickremesinghe who is giving them his fullest support and no one else.
දුර්දාන්ත ආණ්ඩුවට සම්පූර්ණ සහයෝගය දෙන්නේ වෙන කවුරුත් නෙමෙයි රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ කියන එක අපි මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ.
Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca says that the leaders of opposition parties cannot be brought together due to their individual agendas. He expressed this view at a public rally held in Nugathalawa Valimata.
I too attempted to unite the leaders of the opposition parties. They have personal agendas. Each person is waiting for the other to fail. Even when they sit together and eat at the same table, they pray that the other will be struck by lightning tomorrow. There are leaders with such a mentality in the opposition parties. If you wait for them to unite, then they may not even unite after your time has passed. In another 10 to 15 years, your children will come and sit in the same chairs that you are seated in now, with the same expectations. They will have to sit as you do, covering your faces with sadness.